Robert Morrison, pioneer of Protestant missions in China. Robert Morrison's name may not be widely recognized today, but his legacy is significant. Often hailed as the founder of Protestant missions in China, Morrison's life was a testament to perseverance, courage, and scholarly dedication. Born to Scottish parents in England on January 11, 1782, he came from humble origins. His family was neither wealthy nor influential, yet Morrison's determination allowed him to rise beyond those constraints and accomplish extraordinary feats. From a young age, Morrison's life was marked by hard work. Apprenticed to a shoemaker, he was trained to make lasts, wooden forms used in shoemaking. Although this was his trade, Morrison never saw it as his lifelong vocation. Rather than merely fulfilling his duties, he combined work with study, educating himself wherever possible, a habit that would prove invaluable in his future endeavors. At the age of 15, Morrison experienced a spiritual transformation, joining the Scotch Church and committing himself to the Christian life. By 19, his focus had shifted towards religious scholarship, and he began studying Latin, Hebrew, and theology under the tutelage of a minister in Newcastle. After 14 months, he entered a theological academy to prepare for the ministry. However, his ambitions extended beyond the pulpit. He aspired to become a missionary, dedicating his life to spreading Christianity overseas. His appointment in 1804 as the first missionary sent by the London Missionary Society to China marked the beginning of a pioneering chapter. At only 22 years old, Morrison embarked on a mission few had attempted. His role would ultimately earn him the title Founder of Protestant Missions in China. But this designation was less about personal recognition and more about his groundbreaking work in a challenging, often hostile environment. Now, before reaching China, Morrison underwent 2 years of intensive preparation at the Missionary College in Gosport, where he studied the Chinese language and culture, a necessity given his future mission. His journey to China was neither straightforward nor swift. Political and commercial barriers, especially those linked to the opium trade, prevented him from traveling directly to China. Instead, he sailed first to New York, then made his way to Canton, arriving there after an arduous 8-month voyage. Upon arrival, Morrison sought to assimilate by adopting Chinese dress, diet, and customs, hoping to gain acceptance and facilitate his work. However, for him, this approach backfired. The Chinese recognized him as a foreigner and found his attempts at cultural imitation unconvincing. Furthermore, living solely on the local diet adversely affected his health. Sensibly, Morrison reverted to his traditional Western habits, recognizing that authenticity was more important than superficial conformity. Now, the political climate was challenging. The Chinese government soon issued edicts banning Christian preaching and the printing of Christian literature. Undeterred, Morrison focused on translating the Bible into Chinese, a monumental scholarly task requiring deep understanding and perseverance. Due to poor health and the dangers posed by remaining on the mainland, he spent a year in Macau, a Portuguese enclave, before securing a position as a translator for the East India Company's trading factory in Canton. This role afforded him protection and the stability needed to continue his work. For 25 years, Morrison held this post while simultaneously advancing his missionary activities and scholarly projects. He produced the first Protestant Chinese translation of any portion of Scripture, beginning with the Book of Acts. By 1814, he completed the entire New Testament in Chinese, a remarkable achievement given the linguistic and cultural barriers. Missionary success was slow. It took 7 years before the first Chinese convert embraced Christianity. This test of patience did not deter Morrison, however. Alongside his religious work, he compiled a Chinese grammar and undertook the formidable task of creating a Chinese-English dictionary. This dictionary was an indispensable tool for future missionaries and scholars. Printing alone cost £15,000, a substantial investment at the time, though Morrison never regarded his work in monetary terms. Remarkably, Morrison did not take a single vacation for 17 years. When he finally returned to England for 2 years, he was received with great respect and honor. He presented King George IV with a Chinese Bible and was recognized widely for his groundbreaking work. After this respite, Morrison returned to China to continue his mission until his death on August 1, 1834. Robert Morrison's 25 years of service laid the foundation for Protestant missionary work in China. His contributions, be it biblical translation, linguistic scholarship, and cultural bridge building, remain vital to the history of Christian missions and relationships. Morrison's life exemplifies dedication and resilience in the face of formidable obstacles, and his legacy continues to inspire missionaries and scholars.